What the hell are you doing, Jeffrey?
Drinking mellow corn.
What in the world would make you drink mellow corn?
You ever seen the movie The Good and the Bad and the Ugly?
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
You know what it's like when you have good days, you have bad days, and then you have ugly days?
Okay, yeah, I see that. Are you having an
Mellow corn
ugly day?
Must be an ugly day, right? So I was thinking maybe we should talk about what's good about whiskey, what's bad about whiskey, and then what's ugly about whiskey.
So what if we talk about whiskeys on the good day, and a whiskey for the bad day, and a whiskey for, those ugly days?
That's a good idea.
All right, sounds good.
Right after this. My name's Jeff.
And I'm Zane.
And today we're talking about the good, the bad,
The ugly.
about whiskey.
Yeah.
So we're going to list the good things about whiskey, the bad things about whiskey.
And those things that are extremely ugly.
Health benefits of whiskey.
Yes. You mean the health benefits of whiskey that in some places are like, these are the good things, and then later on they go, and these are the very things that it does bad for you.
That's true. Actually, whiskey does tend to have that problem. It's like there are good things about whiskey, and then there's too much whiskey is a bad thing.
Yeah.
So you do have a balance there, but I would think chocolate cake's that way. Chocolate cake's good,
Yeah.
but if you ate the whole damn cake, it's a bad thing, right?
It's a bad thing.
Okay, so it's the same kind of thing here, right? Let's say good things with whiskey. Whiskey is good at lowering cholesterol.
It can, and in moderation.
And blood pressure.
It does in moderation.
And heart disease in general.
Yeah, no, that's actually true.
So whiskey has what's called polyphenols in it.
That's a fancy way of saying a type of parts of the alcohol.
So it's an antioxidant that is made to break down bad cells. So
Free radicals.
So it also has an acid in it called allegic acid.
Oh, like I pledge allegiance to the flag?
Something like that.
Oh, okay.
Which actually can break down and destroy bad cells such as cancerous cells and tumors.
Here's to you.
So I mean, hey. I just remembered I was drinking melon corn.
I'm not. Yes.
Now,
Gotcha. Okay.
there's no fat and no carbs in whiskey.
Yeah, and very little sugar.
And minuscule sugar.
Yeah.
It's not even measurable, really.
Yeah.
And so it's no sugar, no fat, no carbs. They say most people who drink whiskey tend to be healthier.
Yeah, there is no such thing as a whiskey belly.
So now we've talked about the health benefits, but there really is some social benefits.
Oh, absolutely. It's like, like we do here. We're not just hanging out to film.
No, we're hanging out to hang out.
Yeah, so and it's a good vehicle to bring up conversation. Like we do. We want to talk about the notes of flavors, and because we enjoy that side of it, but then next thing we know, we're talking about a lot of other stuff. Aren't we, Jeffrey?
That is true. It's true. I mean, and here's the thing. People tend to open up whiskey in moments of great things that happen, celebrations.
Yep, they do.
In sad moments in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Even in moments of where you're just trying to open up a relationship with somebody. Because whiskey has the ability to lower walls and let people just kind of be comfortable and
that is absolutely
get to
true.
know each other.
It takes in the idea of the social food aspect. There's a lot of people that you get around a table and you're eating, you're dining. That's how you connect with people.
Yeah, that's right.
This is another hobby way of doing it, the exact same thing. And if you're smart about it, careful, mindful,
Yeah.
dude, it's just as good as a Thanksgiving dinner except you probably aren't yelling at those people by the end of the day.
So usually you're finally not.
There probably
yelling.
really is people you can hang out with, unlike Thanksgiving. Sometimes, you get a little
That's true.
miffed.
I mean, it does numb the situation, though.
Yeah, that is.
But so does a good bottle of wine.
Yeah. Tell me, how was wine at Thanksgiving?
It's always good. So there's some of the good things about
for
whiskey.
sure.
There seems to be a lot. Now, there is this really, what you would say, bad, but I think we want to go to the ugly.
Yeah, well, let's go to the ugly first.
So, because you would automatically think ugly means this is the bad parts, right?
Right.
But just like in the movie The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, there is the good guy, right?
Yeah.
But then there's the bad guy, the Van Cleef guy, right?
Yeah, Van Cleef.
Who basically just kills people in their bed and in families, and he's really bad.
Yeah, he's the bad dude.
The ugly guy's bad, but he's not as bad as bad.
He's not as bad as bad. He's just ugly.
Just ugly. There is some ugly things about whiskey.
Yeah, sure. Whiskey, the ugly things of whiskey are things like, you're like, I was just gonna tell you this story. And you're like, dude, okay, I think you've had enough.
I've heard this story.
Yeah, you're like, not only have you told me this story twice tonight, I can't understand a word you're saying. That's ugly.
And that's true. You do tend to slur a bit with whiskey.
Not that I relate.
Not that we've ever. And, the ability to walk in a straight line.
Yeah, you'd be pretty ugly with that.
So, like, even though obviously you end up with hangovers.
Yeah,
Now, if you drink good whiskey,
you don't get those.
You don't have as much hangover, right?
Yeah, typically not. It's the cheaper you go, the more you pay for it. One way or the other. Oh, I'd rather pay for it on this end.
Sounds really bougie.
Than on this end. Oh, it is bougie.
Now, another thing that happens, though, is you tend to have all the answers when you drink too much whiskey.
Oh, I'm the smartest person ever existed when I'm drinking too much.
Unfortunately,
and
that's
I'm
not
right.
true. Not true. And then also, time tends to go much slower when you drink.
Which can be a bad thing.
Because you feel like it's going much faster.
Yeah, but, yeah. And again, it's all talking about taking that in the measures of responsibility. And even the ugly things aren't that bad, especially if you're in that safe environment with your buds.
If you're in a safe environment and you're just having fun and everybody's watching out for each other, you're not moving into the bad stage of whiskey.
Right. Which
we will get to. But here's the deal. Before we talk about the bad stage of whiskey, I know that, you even get some slack. I think people are always like, I think maybe you might be drinking too much.
Yeah, no, I do. I get that.
We always talk about how, you should drink in moderation. I thought for our group of viewers, we would define moderation.
Oh, yeah, which it's actually...
I'm not condoning alcoholism by any measure.
No, but the CDC even wait, or is it the CDC?
No, okay, so...
It's the FDA. No, it's
the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse.
Tell me again about the
alcoholism.
Yeah. They have a defined amount, which they're saying is...
It's a moderate amount of drink.
In other words, it's like, you can do more than this, but this is where you need
This is the safe area to be in.
14 drinks a day. No.
So you can have up to 4 drinks a day.
Oh, wait, that's not a day. That's
up to 4 alcoholic drinks a day.
4 alcoholic drinks a day.
For men, and then it is 3 for women, which is funny. I mean, I thought everybody's equal on this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, what are we talking about? Is there physiological issues here?
I don't think so.
Like body weight differences, bone density.
You're saying women can't hold their whiskey better
I know.
men?
I know they can.
I do not want to get in that argument, but if you think that's an argument to talk about, put it down in the comments.
And write to the National Alcoholic Association of what is it?
Alcohol abuse and alcoholism.
Yeah, because I don't think they...
But then also that means that you can have up to 14 drinks a week.
A week.
I mean,
that's good.
I mean, that's a pretty... When I say moderate, that sounds like a lot, right?
Right. I mean, that is, you come home, you have something when you first get home. Have something when you first get up. There's your 14. 7 days a week.
Boom. So now, that's the good, and that's the ugly. We do have to talk about the bad.
Bad is in all seriousness, most of us know what the bad side of it is. That's with any alcohol too.
Any alcohol, including whiskey. It's not. I mean, I have alcoholics in my family in the past, and it was beer.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't even whiskey. So even beer alone can be pretty dangerous, and it wasn't even high point beer. It's just regular beer.
Yeah, it's having way too much.
So I mean, anything can be too much when not in moderation.
Yeah.
So, but as whiskey goes, I mean, whiskey is tied itself into being for heavy drinkers.
Oh, sure.
So, alcoholism clearly is the bad side of whiskey. It has damaged a lot of people, a lot of families, a lot of lives have been damaged forever because of alcohol.
It tears up a good relationship and makes it where it's really hard to function. Yeah,
it also does health. I mean, your health benefits that you were getting
are
completely just
the complete opposite. Yeah, like
heart failure, heart disease.
Where it was helping your heart, your heart turns to stone later on. Yeah.
I mean, it clogs arteries, cholesterol, blood pressure, it all goes off.
If you have too much, it does the absolute opposite of the health benefits.
But so does food.
Well,
I mean, if you eat too much or something.
Stop it. Now you're stepping on toes.
That's true. So, and then, like I said, it will hurt your liver, your filter system.
Yeah, you put the wrong kind of, fattens it up, basically, scars it up.
And, we've all been told this stuff, right? Yeah. But I think it tends to kind of get out of control. So
yeah, sure.
I think just talking about the good and the bad and the ugly of this stuff kind of gives you an idea of the good benefits of whiskey, that you can have that argument.
Yeah.
So you, the viewers out there, you can, if somebody talks to you about whiskey, like, well, whiskey's not good for you, you can say, well, yes, it is.
Well, the temperance movement hasn't stopped just because of prohibition was gone away with.
Listen, America was built on Puritan beliefs.
Yeah, and well, that temperance movement is why people go, oh, well, that's going to cause your liver to fall out your nose. Okay. We have the good, the bad, and the ugly.
We have the good, the bad, and the ugly.
You have a good day. You have a bad day. This isn't just normal speak.
This is, everybody has these, right?
Yeah, you have a good day, bad day, and then you have your ugly days.
It's,
what do you drink on those days?
So it's funny, we got online and we talked to Reddit users, and we said, hey, on the good and the bad and ugly, what would you be your ugly, your good, and your bad? And it's funny, Mellowcorn came out to be the most one given for ugly days. There was actually a couple of people on there who wrote on there, Mellowcorn, good day, bad day.
Yeah, it was all Mellowcorn.
It was all Mellowcorn, which is funny. Okay, so my good whiskey.
Your good days.
I'm having a good day, my good whiskey. I usually reach for these days, because, this changes.
Yeah, which is interesting.
It changes because your moods change.
It shows that we really are bougie.
We might be a little bougie. So, on a good day, I'm going to grab Redbreast 12. What are you going to grab on a good day?
I'm gonna grab Kings County bourbon. Here's the beauty of my good days.
Yes.
It's gonna be one of those things like, yeah, I want to relax. I mean, you've had a stressful day, but it's not like a crap day. And anyway, and it could be even a day you're like, oh, I'm gonna smoke a stogie and sit outside and have a bourbon.
Yeah.
Good day. Man, I don't have to stress about drinking this one down because
there's more where they came
I'm going to be able to find it.
So, and then same thing with Redbreast 12. It's a nice, easy pour. It's sweet.
That stuff is good.
It's really good, and it's usually easy to come by. Yeah. It's made by, the Jameson distilleries or the Middleton distillery. Easy to come by, and it's really good whiskey. And if you're having a good day, it doesn't make it worse.
No, that's for sure.
So, what about on those bad days?
Okay, look, when I'm having a bad day, that's usually the time when I'm calling up my buds. And we're like, guys, we need to talk. Or whatever. And so...
Infinity bottle.
We bust out an infinity bottle.
Now, that infinity bottle looks like you've had some really bad days lately.
2021 told 2020, hold my beer.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, it's like one of those things. Like, what we talked about. When we make one of these, we share it on special occasions or rare occasions.
But it's also good to just get some shit off your chest.
And that's exactly right. So on those days, it's my infinity bottle.
See, and for me, when I'm having one of those bad days, right?
Yeah.
I'm usually reaching for something with a little bit of cask strength.
Oh,
a little heavier on the tooth, right?
I gotcha.
So like some Henry McKenna bottled in bond, or some cask strength, or some barrel proof something. Mm-hmm. Just to give me that little extra, okay, I can relax now.
Yeah, I got you on that. Mm-hmm.
And I have people say, well, whiskey's really shouldn't be used for medicinal purposes. I hate to break it to everybody, but whiskey has always been for medicinal purposes.
Absolutely.
Nobody walked out in the woods one day and said, if I take some water and some mashed up corn and put it in a wood barrel, I can't wait to drink that shit.
No.
They didn't buy that because they were out of water.
No, what they did was they go, I'm going to take some water and some willow root, and I suddenly discovered, that makes my toothache feel better.
That's exactly right.
Whiskey was like aspirin.
And it's still a medicinal...
Yeah.
I mean, you may be drinking it now more for feeling different as far as emotionally.
Sure.
But it's still a medicinal thing. Now, what do you do on those days when things have just gone to shit and it's just an ugly day?
Yeah, an ugly day. Well, those are the days that I'm usually drinking with just one other person or something like that. And believe it or not, I get something a little smooth.
On ugly days, I don't want to put my good shit out. Ugly days, you just want to get some stuff down.
Oh, I see what you're going.
So I'll usually go for some Evan Williams bottle and bond, easy to drink.
Oh my God.
I mean, it cost me what, $12?
Well, I guess I'm just a little more bougie than you are.
Bougie? Not so bougie. So what about you guys? I mean, do you have a whiskey that you lean toward when it's a good day?
Yeah, for
Do you have a whiskey that you lean toward on a bad or an ugly day?
Yeah, because the ugly days don't always come along. Bad days, hey, that's 50-50. But the fact that we have so many things to choose from that can actually fit those needs. Hey,
I've got a whole cabinet back there of good, bad, and the ugly.
No crap. I mean, we've had some ugly, haven't we?
We've had some ugly and some good and some bad. So here's the deal. Definitely be responsible with how you drink.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely, if you can, drink with those that you like to hang out with, because that's where the magic happens with whiskey.
Or is that, wait, are we doing MTV Cribs?
MTV Cribs?
Because you take it to the bathroom, bedroom, that's where the magic happens.
Oh. Well, no.
Hey, this is where the magic
Hey,
happens.
baby, this is where the magic happens, right here on this little spot.
This is where the magic don't happen.
But no, I mean, whiskey does tend to make those moments a little more special.
Sure.
So in the meantime, you guys continue to be cool this week, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Hold My Whiskey. Cheers.
Cheers.